Imagine this. You're enjoying your usual day, maybe reading, having a cup of tea, and suddenly your arm feels a little numb, or your speech feels off. Most people wouldn't think much of it. "I'm just tired," they'd say. But what if it's something more serious? Stroke doesn't always come with warning bells. In fact, many strokes are silent at first. And yet, the body often gives us subtle warning signs before the worst happens. Today, I want to share with you 7 early signs of a stroke that could save your life, or someone you love. These signs are often missed, but if we recognize them in time, we can get help fast and avoid lasting damage. Please stay with me for just a few minutes. This may be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch, not just for you, but for your family too. Warning sign 1. Sudden weakness or numbness on one side of the body. One of the most noticeable and important early signs of a stroke is sudden weakness or numbness, especially when it happens on one side of the body, like your face, arm, or leg. For example, you might suddenly find it difficult to lift one arm, your grip might feel weak, or your leg might feel heavy and unsteady. Some people describe it as a strange tingling or numbness, almost like that side has fallen asleep. These changes can come on suddenly, even when you're just sitting or resting. What's dangerous is that they may not be painful, and that's why many people ignore them, thinking they'll just go away. But don't wait. Even if the symptoms disappear after a few minutes, they could be a sign of a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, sometimes called a mini stroke. TIAs are strong warnings that a more serious stroke could happen soon. If you or someone around you suddenly experiences numbness, weakness, or a loss of coordination on one side of the body, especially in the face, arm, or leg, call emergency services right away. Time is brain. The sooner treatment begins, the better the chances of recovery. Warning sign 2. Slurred speech or facial drooping. Another key early warning sign of stroke is sudden trouble speaking or changes in the way your face looks or moves. You might be trying to say something, but the words come out slurred, slow, or hard to understand. Some people suddenly can't find the right words, or they speak in sentences that don't make sense. At the same time, you may notice a change in your face. One side of your mouth may droop when you try to smile or speak. This happens because the muscles on one side of the face stop responding properly. These symptoms can be frightening, but they are also critical to recognize quickly. Many strokes affect the parts of the brain that control language and movement. If you notice slurred speech, confused words, or facial drooping, especially if they come on suddenly, it's not something to wait and see. Call 911 immediately. Even if the person seems okay a few minutes later, acting fast can make all the difference. Warning sign 3. Sudden blurred vision or loss of sight. Another early sign of stroke that is often overlooked is sudden vision problems. This can include blurred vision, double vision, or even temporary loss of sight in one or both eyes. Some people describe it as a dark shadow falling over their eye, while others say it feels like they're looking through frosted glass. You might have trouble focusing, reading, or even walking in a straight line because your vision suddenly becomes unclear. These symptoms can come on suddenly and without pain, which makes them easy to ignore. But vision changes can signal that the blood flow to the part of the brain responsible for vision is being blocked. If you or someone you know suddenly has trouble seeing clearly, especially if it happens on one side or affects only one eye, don't wait. Call emergency services right away. The sooner treatment begins, the better the chance of protecting both your vision and your brain. A warning sign 4. Sudden and severe headache. While many people associate stroke with weakness or slurred speech, one of the lesser known but very serious signs is a sudden, intense headache. The kind that feels different from any headache you've had before. People often describe it as the worst headache of their life, or like being struck by lightning inside the head. It can come on very suddenly without warning and may be accompanied by nausea, vomiting, dizziness, or confusion. This type of headache could be a sign of a hemorrhagic stroke, which happens when a blood vessel in the brain bursts and causes bleeding. It's a medical emergency that needs immediate attention. If you or someone around you experiences a sudden and severe headache, especially if it comes with blurred vision, weakness, or loss of consciousness, call 911 right away. Don't assume it's just a migraine or stress. When it comes to stroke, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Acting fast saves lives. Warning sign 5. Sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or coordination. Another warning sign that is often missed is sudden dizziness or a loss of balance and coordination. You may feel like the room is spinning, your body is swaying, or your legs are too weak to support you. Some people experience trouble walking in a straight line, or feel like they're about to fall even when standing still. Others feel confused, lightheaded, or find it difficult to move smoothly, almost as if their body isn't responding properly. These symptoms are especially dangerous in older adults, as they can easily lead to falls and injuries. But beyond that, they can also signal a stroke affecting the cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for movement and coordination. If you or someone around you suddenly has trouble walking, standing, or keeping balance, don't ignore it. Even if the feeling passes after a few minutes, it could be a serious warning. A warning sign 6. Trouble understanding speech or sudden confusion. We often think of stroke as something that affects movement, but it can also affect the way we understand language. One important early warning sign is suddenly having trouble understanding what others are saying. You might hear someone talking to you, but their words don't seem to make sense, like they're speaking in a foreign language. Or you may feel mentally foggy, confused, or unable to follow a simple conversation. Some people also find that they can't answer simple questions, even though they know what they want to say. The words just won't come out right, or they get stuck trying to form sentences. These signs can be frightening, both for the person experiencing them and for loved ones nearby. But they are crucial to recognize early, because they point to a possible stroke in the part of the brain responsible for language processing. If someone suddenly seems confused, can't understand basic instructions, or struggles to respond clearly, call 911 immediately. Don't assume they're just tired or having a senior moment. It could be something far more serious. Warning sign 7. Sudden loss of consciousness or fainting. One of the most alarming and most serious signs of a stroke is sudden loss of consciousness. A person may suddenly faint, collapse, or appear to fall asleep without warning. This can happen even if they were just talking, eating, or sitting normally moments before. It may be brief, or the person may remain unconscious and unresponsive. In some cases, the eyes may be open, but there is no reaction or awareness. A sudden blackout like this could be a sign that the brain is not getting enough oxygen due to a blocked or ruptured blood vessel. It can indicate a major stroke or a severe disruption in brain function. If someone suddenly becomes unresponsive, passes out, or can't be awakened, call 911 immediately. Time is critical. The longer the brain is without proper blood flow, the greater the damage. Even if the person regains consciousness after a few moments, don't delay medical attention. A fainting episode in someone over 60 should always be taken seriously. Stroke can happen suddenly, but it rarely comes without warning. Our bodies often send us quiet signals. We just need to know how to listen. Today we covered 7 early warning signs of stroke. If you notice even one of them in yourself or someone you love, don't wait. Act fast. Quick action can mean the difference between full recovery and lifelong disability, or even between life and death. Please share this video with your family and friends, especially those over 60. You might help save someone's life. And if you found this helpful, consider subscribing to our channel. We share more tips to help you and your loved ones stay safe, strong, and healthy every day. Thank you for watching, and take good care of yourself.